Hello everyone, myself Ravin. Welcome to my channel Code Beans. In this video, we will discuss about relational operators, logical operators, and if-else conditional statements. But first, let's discuss about one particular syntax or a piece of code that we discussed in a previous video about strings. Uh, as you can see here in the terminal, this particular line a is equal to a dot replace a0 with a blank space. So what it will do is it will replace the first element which is at the 0th index with a blank space. Now let's try to print it. Now let's again do it. Try to print it. Now see it very carefully. So here it should have done is, according to what most people think, is replace the first element L with a blank space. But what replace is actually doing is it is replacing, or you can say updating the element, which is doesn't matter how many occurrences it have, all of its occurrences in the string with this particular value, which is nothing in this case. So it will remove, or you shall say update the string such that all these L will be replaced by empty string, that is nothing. So here you will get O, then a space, then W O R, then this is updated by empty string, then D. Okay, so in some cases it will be useful, such as when you have a string and you just want to know unique elements present in the string. In that case you can use it. But if you want to, let's say, read all the characters, and as soon as you read the characters you want to remove it, this is not the way to do it. Okay, so this thing is now settled, and let's move on to next topic, which is relational operators. Relational operators are mostly used for comparison purpose, compared to variables are the equal, less than, greater than. Let me show you by example. Let's say there is a variable a which is 21 and there is a variable b which is 5. Okay, so they are of type, yes, integers. Now what we can do is, let's say this we are trying to write, which is a is greater than b. This greater than is a relational operator. Okay, a relational operator means when you're trying to establish some sort of relationship in some quantitative manner. Okay, or not quantitative. In case of string, you can say equals to, not equals to. We will just explain it further as we go ahead. So if I press the return, it will say true, which is like what we are saying is 21 is greater than 5, which is true. Now let's say there is number 10 which is greater than or equal to 10. You see the difference? This is just greater than, and this is greater than or equal to. This is either this number is greater than the number on the right side or is equal to, and if any of these conditions are met, the answer should return true. So true and false are a kind of Boolean data type. Now let's move ahead. So what we can do is we can say, let's say, try to check is b greater than a. It will say false. What we are saying is 5 is greater than 21, and then the interpreter is returning false. This is a false statement. So let's try to check, are these two numbers equal? A double equal to b. Double equal to means equal to. False. Okay, which means 21 and 5 are not equal numbers, and this is used for not equal to, exclamation mark and then equal symbol. Okay, this is true, that is 21 and 5 are not equal numbers. So let's quickly recheck what we have just done. We assigned to variables some numbers, in this case 21 and 5. Then we did what is a greater than b, which is true. 21 is greater than 5. Then we check to see if 10 is greater than or equal to 10. In this case it is true because 10 is equal to 10. Then we checked is b greater than a. Let's check one more thing, is b less than a. It says true because 5 is less than 21. And also let's do one more thing quickly, which is, let's say this. So a is greater than b is true, and a is greater than or equal to b is also true, because this means either A is greater than B or A is equal to B. So in this case, A is greater than B, which is true. Now let's move to the topic of logical operators. So let's first begin with the not keyword, or the not gate, you can say. So the basic functionality of not is whatever is written after the not, it will just return the opposite of it. So not true is false, and not false is true. Now let's understand the AND operator. So the concept is like this. If both expressions, that is expression on the left hand side and on the right hand side, to the AND operator is true, then only it will return true. In all the other possible cases, it will return false. Let's check this out. True and true is true. True and false is false. Now let's check one more. False and false is false. So basically, when both of the expressions, that is expression on the left hand side and on the right hand side, they both are true, then only it will return true. Now let's check this one operation. True and not false. This is also true. For those of you who are thinking why, because not or false is true and true is true. Now let's quickly understand the OR operator. So the concept is like this. If any one of the side, that is either the left hand side or the right hand side or both of them, are true, then the output will be true. Yes, so let's check this out. True or true is true. True or false is true. But in the case where both of the sides have false, then only in that case it will return false. So I hope now the three operators, that is not, and or, are clear to you. Let's try to understand the if-else conditional statement with a simple piece of code. So basically sometimes what happens is we want only a piece of code to be executed if a certain condition is met, and if that condition is not met, we want some other piece of code to be executed. Let me just show you. Let's say there is a variable a which is 10 and there is a variable b which is 5. Now we can write something like this. If a is greater than b, that is if this condition is true, then what do we want to do? We will first do some indentation here. Indentation means like the number of spaces which this if keyword have, the below code should have more spaces than that. That's how the interpreter knows like everything is inside if or outside the if statement, or you can say the keyword. So let's say right print a is greater, and if this condition is not met, let's say if a is not greater than b or if a is equal to b, okay, in that case you have else. Print a is not greater. So as soon as I will print return now, it will first check if this statement is holding true or not, and if it is holding true, this print statement will get executed. Otherwise whatever is inside this else will get executed. Think of it like if this is true, then do this. Otherwise is like else, do this. So here 10 is greater than 5, so this is true, so we are having a is greater getting printed in the terminal. Okay, now let's just try to quickly understand one more concept. So sometime what happen is within this else we want to again write some if else conditions. Okay, so instead of again writing if inside this else, there is something called ELIF, ELIF, or in C++ and C we have else if keyword that we use. Let me just show you quickly. Now let's look at the syntax to understand ELIF. If 100 is greater than 1000. Print greater than 1000. ELIF 100 equal to 100. Print equal to 100. Else print less than 100. So what will happen is, first this expression will be checked in boolean term whether it is true or false. In this case it is false, and only if it is false, then only the ELIF will be checked. Okay, and only like if this is also false, then the else will be executed. So what is happening here is 100 greater than 1000, which is false. Now the ELIF is getting executed, which is 100 equal to 100, which is true. So it should print equal to 100. Let's see, equal to 100. Now you have also understood ELIF, which is also very useful when you are writing a long piece of code. So in this video, we have covered, as we promised, relational operators, logical operators, and in conditional operators, we have discussed about if, else, and elif. Remember, I also mentioned about match case. Well, it is only released for 3.10, so you should go online and check it out. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.